Higher mind sparks the possibility, and visualization fuels the emotional ignition so that your physical mind can align with it. So, we've just finished our 9 levels of consciousness series. And during that, we talked about the bridge that happens between your higher mind and your physical mind. And one of the things I wanted to clarify today is the role of visualization, because this is something that people use and unfortunately often are working against themselves because they don't understand the basic principle of how it's supposed to work. Because the role of the physical mind is not to determine the how. So you get this idea, you get this vision of like where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do. Your physical mind immediately wants to unravel all of the steps of like, this is what I'm going to do. The problem is that your physical mind is limited by its perspective. Whereas your higher mind is outside of time. It is not dealing with all of the same loops and triggers and patterns and contracts and all the things that your physical mind has. And so it is able to see the best possible route to achieving whatever that thing is, or, whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish. And so what the point of visualization is not to plan out the how. It is to stir the emotional feeling so that you can literally feel, what would it be like if I was able to accomplish this? What would it feel like if I had the full manifestation of whatever this possibility is that I'm sitting with? And then to sit in those emotions, to allow that emotional ignition to stir up your expectation. And again, this comes back to the intentional living. Step number 2, maintain an expectation of good. And in that, we've talked about, because we just did a video recently called Welcoming Possibility, or Embracing Possibility. And it was talking about the fact that you can't be holding on to a specific outcome. And initially that sounds like it's a negative instruction, because you're like, oh, you're just trying to tell me that I can't figure out how it's going to happen. And it's like, no. What it's saying is your higher mind has a much broader perspective. So your higher mind can think of 1,000,003 different ways to achieve something, whereas your natural mind might be able to figure out like 4, right? And they're probably nowhere near as good as what the higher mind could come up with. So it's actually a benefit to you if you can stay in that yielded state and just allow yourself to be led by your higher mind. Because then, and again, how does that happen? Through your unctions, through your passion and excitement. Like, as you feel those nudges and you take those steps, you may not always know, why am I taking this step? Who knows? It doesn't matter. But when you are in that place of alignment, when your emotional ignition has been started, you can trust you're being led down the path that is for your highest good. And again, that comes back to intentional living as well. That's step 3, assume positive intent, where you are assuming, even if you are seeing results that are not what you were expecting, that they are for you and they are not happening to you, right? And so then you can assimilate that information and assume that is part of what you need to accomplish before you reach whatever the possibility is that you're moving towards. And so you don't allow yourself to get into a place of like, well, I guess it's not going to happen. Again, choose your polarity wisely, right? So you get to decide the stories that you're telling yourself. So choose wisely and just think, oh, okay, this must have been something that needed to get unpacked before we hit that. I'm going to take care of this as quickly as possible so we can continue moving forward. So again, allow that possibility to get sparked by your higher mind, and allow your natural mind to to fuel that emotional ignition, because it really is a powerful process when you can use visualization in that way. So just hold it loosely, allow it to raise up that hope, that expectation, that that sense of this is happening and I know what it would feel like, and then leave the rest to your higher mind to lead you. Hopefully that excites somebody today, because I just love that. I love understanding that, and I hope that it helps you. Have a great day.